laying back on the mat, shoulders down away from your ears, shoulder blades slightly tucked. You can have your hands just gently out to the side on either side of your body. Feet together, soles together at the center point. Legs in a diamond shape. And one more inhale. And one more exhale. And then lengthening out your right leg, straight out on the mat, right foot flexed. Bringing your left knee in towards your body and giving it a nice hug with your arms. Hugging it into your body and hugging it into your body so it slightly drops off to the left side of the hip. We don't want it like rolling off to the side, but hugged into our body slightly off to the left versus being in the center of the body. And from here, let's point and flex our left foot. Excuse me. And then rotating the foot in one direction. And then the opposite direction. Really enjoying the feeling of how your body is moving. Being aware of how it feels. Slowly bringing the ankle rotations to a stop. Releasing the left leg down straight out in front along the mat. And hugging the right knee in towards your chest, but bringing it more off to the right, sort of aligned with your right hip, not in towards the center of your body. And let's do the same. Let's point and flex the right foot. Really good for circulation in your legs. And then slowly changing it up and rotating the foot, the ankle in one direction. And then the opposite direction. Gently coming to a stop. Let's bring the left knee back in and hug both knees into your body. And you may want to rock back and forth just a little bit to give the lower back a bit of a massage. Feels nice. Slowly coming to a stop. And then taking each knee with one hand and rotating the knees together as one unit in one direction. So we're stirring the pot. Sort of getting some movement in the torso, getting some movement in the lower back. Especially if things are feeling tight and tense, it's nice to sort of gently loosen it up a little bit. And gently coming to a stop and moving in the opposite circular direction. Breathing as you go in a way that feels comfortable for you and relaxing for you. And then when you're ready, hugging the knees into the chest and dropping the knees, bringing them over, not dropping them, bringing them gently over to the right as one unit. Taking the left arm straight out to the side in a half T. You could gently place your right hand on top of your knees to sort of help with the twist. And you can either look to the left, or if it's more comfortable for your neck, you can also look straight up at the ceiling. Either is great. And you can adjust your knees up and down as to your level of comfort. that makes things feel a little bit easier or more challenging. And keep your shoulders on the mat and relax. Relax into the floor. Now you can take your right hand and help the knees back up and hug them in again. And then this time taking the knees as one unit to the left, with your right arm straight out to the side in a half T. And you can either look straight up at the ceiling or to the right. You can gently place your left hand on your knees if that feels good. You can also, if you find that your knees don't go all the way over, you can place your left hand under your knees. Either make it a fist and rest your knees on your fist, or just gently prop them up. If you have a block, and I know not everybody does, so I try to, make these poses not required on equipment, but that's if you have a block, you could also stick a block under your knees. And gently help the knees back to center. And then grab behind your hamstrings and gently rock up to a seated position, but then over to child's pose. So in child's pose, we have knees mat width apart, our feet, our toes together, and then sitting back on the heels, arms straight out in front, and rest your forehead down on the mat. I promised you this was going to be a bit of a chill class. I hope to fulfill that promise today. That's the intention. And from here, you can take your hands and bring them into an interlocked position, interlocking your fingers, and then placing your hands, your interlocked fingers, so that they rest on the back of your neck. Reverse prayer position. And if you'd like to intensify this a little bit, you could walk the elbows up towards the top of the mat for a bit of a tricep stretch. And breathe. Child's pose is such a lovely, lovely pose. And then extending the hands forward towards the top of the mat again. Pressing into your left hand to lift the left underarm a bit. Flip the right palm to the sky. And then slide your right arm underneath your left underarm, straight across your chest, straight off to the side with the right palm facing the sky. And then lower everything gently down into child's pose, thread the needle. If you're feeling good here, you can stay here. If you'd like a little more challenge, you could take that left hand and arm and bring it behind your back, across your back, so that the left back of the hand is in contact with the right hip. Making sure your sitting bones are close to your feet. And if you want, you can pick the head up and just gently bring it just a little closer to the top of the mat to lengthen out the neck, so there's no neck compression. If you took the bind, you can unwind your left arm and bring it straight out in front. And then push into the left hand and unleash your right arm and bring it straight up to the top of your mat. We'll do the same on the other side. So pushing into the right hand, flip the left palm to the sky and then bring it across your chest under your right armpit, all the way across with your left palm to the sky. Lower everything down, looking to the right. And you can relax and enjoy here if you want to bring that right arm and hand across your back with the top of the right hand in contact with your left hip. And just breathe and relax. If you took the bind with your right arm, you can bring it straight out in front, straight towards the top of the mat. Push into that right hand, lift up a little bit to unwind the left arm and bring it straight forward back to child's pose. And then walking the hands to the left so that you're giving your right side body a little stretch. And you can have the hands side by side, or if you'd like, you can try and place the right hand on top of the left, stacking the hands. Breathing into the right side body stretch. Keeping your heels and glutes in contact with one another. Not lifting up. And then walking the hands back to center and over to the right. Whew. So hands can either be side by side as you move to the right, or you can stack the left hand on top of the right hand if that feels good. And enjoy the stretch in your left side body this time. Trying to lower your left shoulder down towards the mat so that the chest is, both sides of the chest are parallel to the floor. We're not, leaning up. We're sort of staying close and parallel to the floor, as is comfortable for you. And then back to center. Now coming out of child's pose and moving forward onto your mat and onto your belly, let's place the palms, the hands, face down on the mat and right under your shoulders. Forehead on the mat. Tops of the feet in contact with the mat. Pelvis in contact with the mat. Pubic bone in contact with the mat. Rolling your shoulder blades slightly together, bringing your shoulders down and away from your ears. And then with the strength of your back, lifting up to cobra pose. You should be able to lift your hands up and still be staying up in cobra. And gently with control, lowering back down. Let's bring the hands alongside the body so that the palms of the hands are touching the outer thighs. And still keeping the pubic bone in contact with the mat. Engaging the glutes and lifting up the legs. Pointing the toes, lifting the legs off the floor into a half locust pose. So using the strength of your glutes and legs and back just in a different way. And then gently with control lowering back down. Now let's push up to a easy seat. There we go. Simple cross-legged seat. I'm sitting in a half lotus pose, so my one foot is on top of my thigh versus my feet being underneath my thighs. No way is better than the other. It's as you as you enjoy it. Let's now watch our alignment so we feel our sitting bones in contact with the mat. Our crown is to the sky. Feel our spine nice and long. You can place your hands on the tops of your legs if you like, or you can place it in your mat, although I'd recommend it being on sort of near your tops of your thighs. Let's inhale through the nose and exhale, look right. Inhale to center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. One more time. Inhale. Look right. Inhale. Look left. Back to center. Now we're going to tip the chin up to the sky. Then chin to chest. Chin to sky. Chin to chest. Chin to sky. Chin to chest. And then this time, bringing the hands and interlacing them at the back of your head and applying gentle pressure to the back of the head, just to intensify the stretch a little bit. We don't want to be pushing down in our head by, by any stretch of the imagination. That's not a good idea, but like gentle pressure in a way that feels good to you. And then back to center. Let's take the shoulders and shrug them up to the ears. Oh, inhale. Exhale. Lower them down. Drop them down. Inhale up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale down. Really release and let go of the tension. Oh. Inhale up. And exhale down. This time on the inhale, let's bring the arms out and up, fingertips to the sky, palms facing one another, space between the shoulder blades and the ears, and keeping the arms fairly long as you're reaching towards the sky. Seated Urdhva Hastasana. And then let's bring the elbows down and open up across the chest into angel wings. Inhale up. Exhale down, angel wings. Broaden across the chest, bring the shoulder blades together. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale down. And now let's bring the hands, straighten them out behind you and clasp your hands at your lower back / sort of near your glutes. So keeping your arms nice and straight and strong and hands interlaced behind your back. Open up, roll the shoulders down and away. Keep the arms straight and strong. You can stay here if you like, or if you'd like, you can bring the hands as one unit to the left hip. And then if you like, you can tip left ear to left shoulder for a stretch in the right side of the neck. Try to relax and breathe here. Try to relax your legs as well. I've just caught myself tensing up in my legs. Maybe you're doing that too, but you don't need to. You can relax and let it go. And then bringing arms and head to center. Checking your shoulders. Are they down and away and your shoulders rolled back? Are your arms straight and strong? And then bringing the hands as one unit to the right hip if you like. And then tip right ear to right shoulder. And breathe into the stretch in your right side of your neck and maybe in your left shoulder as well. Keeping both hips, both sitting bones rooted into the mat. Bring everything back to center. And then release your hands and place them on your knees. Let's do some torso rolls to get some movement in through our center of our body, the core of the body. Let's bring our chest forward, across, and then bringing the back and shoulders to the back, across, coming forward, rolling across, and back and across. So basically stirring the pot, but with our chest. You can go quickly or slowly, as feels nice for you. You can hold on to the knees. It may be helpful as you're doing it to help keep your balance. And then slowly coming to a stop, and let's change direction. And enjoy how your body feels and breathe as you go around. Nothing else to do right now except torso rolls. Isn't that great? And one more rotation. And let's come to a stop and to a seat. From here, let's move into tabletop. So with tabletop, being mindful that knees are under hips and wrists are under shoulders and our fingers are spread, feeling nice and stable. And I love starting out with cat-cow. I find it's just a really great way to get some beautiful movement into the spine. So let's inhale, we'll drop the belly and lift the heart and the tail, cow pose. And then exhaling, rounding the spine to the sky, tucking the pelvis, tucking the chin, pushing into the hands, cat pose. Dropping the belly, lifting heart and tail, cow. Rounding the spine, pushing into hands, tucking the pelvis, chin to chest. And one more time. Cow. And cat. And let's come to a neutral spine. And from here, let's take the right foot and bring it out to the right, out past this right side of your mat, so that your right heel is in line with your left ankle and your right toes are perpendicular to the side of the mat, so pointing away from the mat. From here, let's take the right hand and place the palm and heel of the right hand in the middle of the inner right thigh. And applying some pressure with our hand to the inner right thigh, let's lean back just a little bit for an inner thigh stretch. So your left arm will be straight and strong, and your right arm is pushing into your right inner thigh. And we breathe. And coming back to tabletop. Let's do the same on the other side. So we'll take our left foot, bring our left heel roughly in line with our right ankle, toes pointing away from our body and from the mat. And then putting our weight into our right hand, let's take our left hand, the palm of the hand, in the center of the left thigh, inner thigh, and push and lean back. You can also heel toe the foot closer to the top of the mat or further away from the top of the mat to kind of adjust the way this feels for you. The heel in line with the ankle is just sort of a general guideline. And then back to tabletop. From here, let's do some alternating arm and leg extensions. So let's take the right arm and left leg and lift them up and extend them forward and back respectively. And then back to tabletop. Then extend left arm forward and right leg back. Feel that in your glutes. And back to tabletop. And do a couple of those at your own pace. You'll probably find that engaging your core is very helpful. Helps with balance. And you don't have to go quickly, you can go slow if that's helpful. And on your next round, if you like, you can extend forward and back, and then crunch elbow and knee in the middle, and then extend it back out, and back to tabletop. Or you can just keep extending. If the crunch is not, enjoyable, then don't crunch. If you like the crunch, then by all means, elbow and knee together, and straighten it back out, and back to tabletop. Now, if you did the crunch and you want to try something a little bit different on your next round, here's what you can do. You can extend the arm forward and back, arm and leg forward and back, crunch it in, extend it back out, and then reach your arm back and grab your foot. And then kick into your foot if you want a more active pose, or pull the heel in towards your glute for more of a stretch. And try to make sure that your torso is parallel to the floor. Shoulders are parallel to the floor. And then release. And if you'd like, you can do that on the other side. So arms and legs straight out, crunch in the center, arms and legs straight out, reach the arm back, grab that foot, bend the foot, heel into your glute, and either pull it in for a stretch or kick into the hand for some resistance. And then let it go, and back to tabletop. Now, from here, from tabletop, keeping your knees, actually, no, we're gonna shake this up a little bit. Let's take the right leg and bring it straight out to the side so that your right foot is parallel to the edge of the mat. And then keeping your your left knee in line with your left hip, let's walk the hands forward. Nice and straight and strong, keeping your biceps, your ears by your biceps. And trying to be mindful of not having your shoulders scrunched up near your ears. Try to create a little space. Breathe. And then walking the hands back up and coming up to a kneeling position or half kneeling position so that your right leg is still straight out to the side with the foot parallel to the edge of the mat. From here, bring your arms out into a T, and then tip your right arm towards your leg and your left arm up and over, rotating your left shoulder back so you're not coming forward, and gently resting your right hand on your leg. Trying to avoid the knee if at all possible. I mean, if you're gentle on the knee, you can have your hand gently resting on your knee. You just don't want to put a lot of pressure on the knee joint. And then coming back up to a T and back into tabletop. Let's do the other side now. So bringing the left leg straight out to the side, foot parallel to the side of the mat, keeping your right knee and right hip in line with one another as best you can, and then walking the hands forward up towards the top of the mat, And keeping your ears and biceps in line with one another, keeping your arms strong, keeping the left outer edge of your foot glued to the floor. And breathe. Don't stop breathing, that would be bad. And then walking your hands back up and coming to a half kneeling position. Bring your arms out to a T. Keep your leg where it is. And then dropping your left hand down to your leg and bringing your right arm up and over. If you're able to slide your hand down your leg, that's great. If you're at your max, that's cool too. Keeping your right shoulder rotated back. Breathe into the right side body stretch. Back to a T. And then back to tabletop. Now from here, let's walk the hands forward just a little and bring the right knee in line with the right wrist. And lay your left leg straight out behind you with the top of the foot on the mat. And try to keep your pelvis centered. So you're not rolling off to the right. You're centered in the middle of your body. If it's helpful, you can have a pillow under your right hip or a towel or something of that nature. And then lifting up your chest to the sky, lifting your gaze to the sky, pigeon. You probably have your hands maybe tented, so you're sort of on your fingertips in this pose. And then coming forward over the front leg, you can have your hands on the mat. You can bring your forearms to the mat, or you can come further down, all the way down if you like, and it's accessible for you. If not, just going in this direction is really, really great for your body and helps to loosen things up. So always listen to what's going on in your body and don't overdo it. Life is a journey. So is yoga. And just try to relax and breathe wherever you are. And if you feel like you can go a little bit more, then you can go a little bit further. And if not, you need to come out of it, then you can do that. And you can always go into child's pose or an easy seat if it's too much. And then coming up with your hands back up, looking up to the sky. Then bringing your hands flat to the mat. And bringing your right foot over to the outer edge of your right hand. So we're moving into lizard pose. So your back leg's doing the same thing. You're just moving your right foot over to the outer edge of your right hand. And you can stay here with your hands planted and your foot beside your hand. And that's great. If you want, you can come down to your forearms, and that's an option. And if you still want a little more, you can tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. And none is better than the other. It's just where you're feeling good today. And breathe, don't hold your breath. And if you lift the back knee, you can gently lower it down. And if you're on your forearms, you can come back to your hands. And from here, keeping the left hand planted, let's reach the right hand up, thumb to the sky, bending your left foot towards your glute. Capture your foot with your right hand for a quad stretch. And in the quad stretch, you have a few options. Well, you can choose not to do it. If it's too much, you don't have to do it. If you want less of a stretch, you can simply shift your hips back and that will make it less intense. And if you want a little more intensity, you can lean forward, and that's an option too. And breathe wherever you are. And hopefully find a place where it's pleasantly challenging. And then gently release your foot. And then lower your hand and come back to tabletop. And guess what? We're going to do it on the other side now. So walking the hands forward just a little bit. Let's bring the left knee to left wrist. And extending the right leg all the way back with the top of the foot flat on the mat. You probably tense your fingertips here. Finding the center point of your pelvis towards your mat so you're balanced in between your hips. And then gently yearning your chest towards the sky and looking up at the ceiling, pigeon other side. And from here, you can either place your hands flat on the mat in front of you. You can lower down onto your forearms, or you can come further down or all the way down. And breathe. Making sure you stay centered in your pelvis. Trying to relax where you are. Really taking some slow, deep breaths. And walking your hands back up. And then hands flat on the mat and lifting up your left leg and bringing it, maybe with the help of your hand, and that's totally okay, over towards the outer left hand. Lizard pose. And you can do your lizard in a few ways. You can keep your hands flat, palms flat on the mat, keeping wrists under shoulders. You can come down onto your forearms, so elbows under shoulders, arms straight forward towards the top of the mat, fingers spread. Or you could tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. And breathe. Maybe even to find a place to enjoy the challenging position you're in. So that's an interesting part of yoga. And if you lift the back knee, gently lower it down, and then come back onto your hands. And we can take the quad stretch by placing the weight into the right hand, reaching back with the left thumb to the sky, and capturing the back foot with the left hand. And if we want more intensity, we lean forward. And if we want less intensity, we lean back. Until we find the pleasantly challenging position we feel good in. And then gently lowering the foot. And let's come back into child's pose. So knees mat width apart, feet together. Coming to sit on the heels and bringing the arms forward. We'll just take a little rest here. And you can stay here, or if you'd like to, you can push into your hands and gently bring the knees so that they're hip width apart. They're not mat width apart, they're hip width apart, so a little close together. Then lowering your forehead back down onto the mat. You can bring your arms alongside your body so that you're grabbing with your palms your heels. Right hand, right heel, left hand, left heel. And from here, you can lift your hips up and gently place your weight, gently place it on the top of your head, on the crown of your head. So you're holding your heels, your hips are lifted up, your spine is rounded, and you're placing gentle pressure on the top of your head. You shouldn't be putting like full-on weight onto your head, because that'll be too much. And then let's lower it down. And child's pose again. Just for a moment. From here, let's move into Janu Shasana. So to do that, you extend the right leg straight out in front, full on the mat, your right foot flexed. Let's bring the left foot so that the sole of the foot, of the left foot, is in contact with your inner right thigh, and your knees pointing out to the side. You're going to square your body to the top of the mat, lengthen up through the crown of your head, elongate the spine on the inhale, and then exhaling, hinging at your hips, coming over your leg. You might place your hands on the mat. You might place your forearms on the mat, or you might come further down, as works for you, keeping your right foot flexed. Trying to relax where you are. And then leading with your heart and coming back up. Let's take the right leg and just bring it slightly out to the side, still keeping your left foot sole in contact with your inner right thigh. From here, let's turn the torso and shoulders to square up to the left knee, bringing your arms straight up, fingertips to sky, palms facing one another, and then lowering over so that your right arm is along the inner right leg, and your left arm is reaching up and over. And you can adjust your right leg in or out as feels better for you. But we're trying to rotate the left shoulder back and encourage gently the chest forward. And then coming back up. So you go to the other side. So bringing left leg straight and long out in front with the foot flexed, and the right sole of the foot in contact with the left inner thigh. Crown of the head to the sky. Inhale and lengthen. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, coming onto the hands, coming onto the forearms, or coming all the way down. Try and relax where you are, keeping that left foot flexed. But trying to find some ease in a challenging position. And then leading with your heart to keep the spine nice and long, coming back up. Let's bring the left leg out to the side, keeping that right foot in contact with the left inner thigh. And then we're going to rotate our torso and chest to be in line with the right knee. Bring the arms up and over, palms facing each other, fingertips to sky. And then tipping to the left, having the left arm lying alongside the inner left leg, and bringing the right arm up and over. Making sure we breathe and that we rotate our chest so that our right shoulder is coming back, not collapsing forward. And then coming back up. Let's now, favorite part of the class, we get to lay down. Let's lay down on the mat with our back and shoulders in contact with the mat, our feet flat on the floor, so our knees are to the sky. And here we're going to bring our feet mat width apart and our knees together. Now, from here, you can have your arms out in a T, or you can bring them into goal post. Either way is fine. Taking the right ankle and crossing it over the the left ankle. I said left? I can't remember. The left ankle and crossing it over the outer right knee. And then bringing both knees and legs to the left. So you're getting a little stretch in the right lower back, maybe in and around the right hip. And bringing the legs back up and unwinding the legs, bringing feet mat width apart, knees together. Now this time taking the right ankle and crossing it over the outer left knee, and then bringing both knees to the right. And trying to breathe and relax into the lovely stretch in your lower left back and hip. Unwind your legs. And from here, we'll do a leg inversion. And if you have wall space that's empty and accessible, then go sit beside that. And if you don't, I'll show you what you can do right here at the mat. If you don't want to use the wall space and you want a more active pose, you can place your hands face down underneath your glutes. And then extending your legs straight out, and then lifting up right leg and then left leg to the sky so that the soles of the feet are parallel to the ceiling. It's waterfall pose. If you want to do the more relaxed wall version, then all we do is we bring our glutes up against the baseboard and laying gently down, bring our legs up the wall, and then scooch our hips closer to the baseboard so that our body and our legs form a 90-degree angle. And both poses accomplish similar things. It just depends on, if the wall is practically accessible for you, if you want something more active versus passive. They both give you the benefit of legs up, leg inversions, which is great for your circulation, and the legs up the wall version is pretty super relaxing, especially before bed. And if you're doing legs up the wall, you can have your hand on your heart and one on your belly. Or you can do arms in a T or goal posts. It's really, personal preference. But really, wherever you are, just trying to enjoy that lovely feeling of your back body surrendering into the mat. And your legs relaxing with the pull of gravity, reverse pull of gravity. Because it doesn't get that effect very often. Right? Your legs are always the other direction. It's a nice change. Oh, we're still good for time. Just a few more, maybe 1 more minute here, or 30 seconds-ish. We've got a bit more time. Really focusing in on your body and how you're feeling right now. Maybe trying to relax any areas of tension. And when you're ready, you can either, if you're in waterfall, gently lower your legs down to the mat. Or if your legs up the wall, you can bring your feet in contact with the wall and walk yourself down. And then come to lay on your mat in Shavasana. Woohoo, Shavasana. And in Shavasana, we'll bring our shoulders down and away from our ears and slightly tuck our shoulder blades together. We'll lengthen our back of our neck by just tucking our chin slightly towards our chest. Arms a little bit away from our body with our palms to the sky. Feet are slightly apart. Relax your face. Relax your shoulders and your chest and upper back. Relaxing through your arms and hands. Relaxing your torso, abdomen, and glutes. Relaxing your legs and your feet and your ankles and toes. And as we close our time together today, I invite you to bring the phrase, "This too shall pass," into your life off the mat, in the hopes that it helps you to savor the good times just a little bit more and provide you with comfort and strength that challenging times don't last forever. And both are a gift, that's for sure. And with that, let's wiggle our fingers and toes, placing our feet on the mat, gently rolling to one side using arms as pillows. And then push up into a seat.